Welcome everybody to ICA TV. Another sunny day at HQ, which is really good. We did have a bit of a frost, a bit of a ground frost. It's in April, for goodness sake. But we're all good now. And we are so lucky today to have our guest is Philippa. And she's going to say hi to her, but she's going to explain exactly what she does. So hi, Philippa, how are you doing?
I'm really well, Teresa, and thank you so much for inviting me on today. It's really exciting.
So welcome, so welcome. And our mission on ICA TV is to share people's businesses, female people, only female, people's businesses and the benefits that they give their ideal clients, and also to say where we can all find you. And we talk a little bit about dreams and aspirations, and just share. I'm going to say just chat, and we're very casual, as you can see, and we will just sort of ask information, have fun, drink coffee.
Sounds fab.
Mine's still hot, so I can do that. So my darling, tell us the name of your company, your business.
Yeah, of course. My name is Philipa Taylor and the business is Fab Naturally.
Cool. And that to me links into that, well-being area of our business statuses.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. And it's one of those names, you like what you saw, and so you name it for what you feel. So when I found the company and I decided that it was something for me as a vehicle, I thought, well, how do I feel about it? And I thought, actually, I feel fabulous. I feel fab. And I thought, I think I might have found my name there. So
we'll do that then.
I'll do that one.
It is like that, isn't it? ICA, I can achieve, was in my head for years before before it actually evolved into what it is now. And I fiddled around with all sorts of names from there, even having a brand of my own. It still didn't fit right. It's that gut feeling, isn't it? Of ICA was me and your business is your business. So yeah, I totally, pop it out there to the world, if you've got a gut feeling. Intuition.
Yeah. It's so important to listen to what comes to you, and it's like, and then you just sort of sit with it a bit, and it's like, that really works.
Yeah,
that
it
really
feels
works.
Good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I had somebody this time last year. I was talking to a coach for me, and we were chatting away, and he said, that name seems to fit you. It seems to like an old glove. And I went, I'm not sure I like an old glove syndrome. But I get what you're saying, but it does. It fits in with you. So you're not rubbing up against it all the time.
Yeah. And I think, I've been a PR consultant for 35-ish years. So, the whole absolutely fabulous fab thing, it also resonates with me because I do say fabulous a lot anyway, or fab, and I was like, oh, yeah. So, I think all those bits of your life all sort of knit together to come to that point. And you're like,
sure.
Yeah, this is meant to be.
Absolutely, for sure. And I think things that we do in ICA as our platform to share support for ladies is we talk about story, and we talk about our history. And people say, well, that's not relevant, is it? The fact that I, dreamed to do this when I was 10, or I've had I had a summer job doing it, but I never did. And, all that stuff is so relevant to what we do now. My ideal clients are over the age of 30. I'm going to sit there and people are going, I'm not 30, I'm only 29. But but we've got so much information to give. And as you said, there's a vehicle out there for us to use to be able to share that. So your vehicle are products.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Tell us about the products that you use to share within your wellbeing business.
Thank you. And I'll sort of give you a bit of a backstory on how I came to this point. And I think that plays to the, my skills and my background and my experiences, because in PR, what you're doing is you're solving problems, you're communicating, and you're sharing information. And those are things that I love to do. Give me a knotty problem and I'm off. I'm not, don't say I'm coming up with every answer, but it's like, I'm quite pragmatic and because you can step away from somebody's problem in a business or in a relationship, it's much easier to see.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And I've trained people in PR, and I say the most important thing you can think of is yourself in a helicopter looking down on a problem. So that whole sharing information sort of plays to my love of teaching and training and learning myself, which is how, when I was introduced to this business, I was applying that background to it. And I was, because I've always been into wellbeing. My background is I've done a lot of sport, quite a high competitive level. So looking after myself has been something that has always been part and parcel. You're not going to win a medal if you don't look after yourself, and I'm very, nice shiny thing I can get by winning that, whatever it is, I'm quite keen on that. So when I heard about something that was going to reactivate my body to feel better, feel more like me, like I did back in the day, I think my first reaction was skepticism, curiosity,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that we all hear about different things. And while I'm really open to learning and trying, if it's not simple, proven, effective, and ideally natural, I don't want to know. So I did all my due diligence. I checked out all the research. I checked out the ingredients, the science, and felt comfortable with that. Because like I said, I'm quite pragmatic. If it's not something that is going to work for everybody, not just if there's an hour in the month or you're 29 and a half. I'm just not interested. And then I took it, and these are products that are unique, and that's not a word I ever use lightly. Coming from a PR world, people expect you to be creative with your language, but it really is something that you can't get the benefits of in any other way. And I love that.
It's quite simple in a way. You make the decision and then that's it, And we spoke very briefly before we went on. Oh, sounds quite posh. We went on air.
We
need a light. Was it red light when we were on air, rather than the light switch? We went on air about this toolkit that we can have to just go. Actually, that's there to support that. That's there to support that, and that toolkit's quite clear. Mm-hmm. Is that part of what your teaching is?
It's more a personal desire to share information than being part of my business. What I work with is something that people may or may not have come across. The whole idea of using something that you take once a day, and that's going to make your body feel more like itself again, is different. But I think if you are going to look at making the most of both today and all your tomorrows, then you do need to drink more water. You do need to move your body. You do need to get enough sleep. You do need to meditate or relax in some way, that switching off part, giving back to the community supports your well-being. There's learning things, whether that's a language, the piano, how to make bread, whatever it is that flips your switch. There are lots of different but simple ways that you can support your well-being, so you can make the choices about what you do rather than thinking, oh, well, I'm 60, that's how it is. I won't be doing much. I'll just go to the shops once a day and that's my life. I mean, obviously in lockdown, that's all we can do. But, moving forward, I want to squeeze as much as I can out of life for as long as possible. So I think supporting your well-being is something we can all do without spending time, endless money and endless amounts of time. Simple, quick, small steps taken consistently will support your well-being.
Absolutely. And I'm a big advocate about downtime, and we are all in this society, and now we are working from our couches and our kitchen tables and our landing, ladies, that we've got it with us 24/7, whether and it is very important, that downtime, and not even to carve out that time. It's actually that decide that's your mission. You know, you're not going to have, right, I'm going to squeeze in a bit of meditation at 12:30 for 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, we can get that in. That's not what we're talking about. I think it's the whole balance side of things. To create your life for the future. And that does touch us on that age thing. You know, elastic pants.
Yeah.
And you know, sensible shoes.
Gosh, yes.
Oh God, gives me chills.
I know.
You know, and actually to be able to, what do you mean you haven't seen your toes for 20 years?
Yeah.
You know, all those things. As you know, I'll put my hand up, I'm 55, you know, I feel about 20. I don't want to be going through 20s to 30s again. I'm quite happy to leave that where that is.
Yeah.
It was a bit potty. But actually, my head say I'm that, but sometimes my body goes, oh, okay, I'm not looking after that bit. You know, I haven't stretched today.
Yeah.
I haven't done that, so I need to do that. So yes, these things that we know as a person, that when we feel our body and our brain, our mind, there is things that we can put in place, because we're so lucky to be able to do that.
Oh, for sure. You know, and it doesn't have to be complicated, time consuming, expensive. You know, self-care doesn't mean going to a spa every day and having some complicated regime. It means just taking care of yourself in ways that make you feel better. You know,
absolutely.
It's as simple as that. Because if you don't love yourself,
no bugger else is gonna.
Yeah, everything else is going to be a real uphill struggle. You know, and it's so easy. You know, and I see self-sabotage a lot in both personal life and business lives. And you know, it's a question of saying, look, there are different ways to make you feel like you again. Try them, you know, and you know, if they work, happy days. If they don't, happy days, because you've tried them and now you can move on and try something else.
But don't give in.
Don't give in.
Yeah.
You know, we are so blessed to be living in a world where we do have opportunity, where we do have choice. You know, we don't have to settle.
Oh,
just don't have to
what
settle
a word. God, that takes me back. Yeah,
like,
we just settle.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. I mean, I'm 60. I feel 29.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, you know, and I'm just like, I am not settling for an external perception of what a 60-year-old should do, think, behave. I'm just not ready.
Right. Okay. I'm going to put in the post a pinny, elastic pants, and one of those hairnet things.
Oh, gosh.
Do you remember?
Yes.
You used to have like hairnet things, like there's a woman on Coronation Street, EastEnders, Coronation Street.
Corey, I think, yeah.
I can't remember her name. You know, I haven't watched them for years. But, you know, they always had, you know, thingy like that, you know, rollers at the front.
Yeah. Trampoline skirts. Oh, I mean, you know, goodness me.
Nice.
You know, we all make our own choices about how we look. But if it is a choice, that's great. But it's a personal choice, not a choice the world imposes on you.
And again, I think that's a really interesting touch of a point there, because what the world expects from us, that is due to what we've heard in our life, you know, or we've seen mum or grandma or whoever, and that's the way it is supposed to be, you know. And a technical word, it starts with the B and ends in olix, okay? Because it's nothing to do with that. It's about what we want as women.
Yeah.
To do exactly what we want, not because we've generationally been told what is right. And not just generation, it's still on the TV, it's still on the news, it's still on a general platform that, God forbid, we are on a blimmin' crusade here, that we we are supposed to fit in a box, whatever box that be, and we don't have to.
You don't have to. The whole sort of feminist movement has sort of shone a light on the fact that we are, if we stand in our own power, we have a voice. The Dalai Lama said, Western women will change the world. And it's like, really, show up, be yourself, just show up in whatever way. Just be authentic. And I'm reading this book, Glennon Doyle, Untamed, and it's about loving yourself and just being true to who you are. And if anybody minds, well, they don't really matter, because if they love you, then they will accept you as you. You are good enough.
Totally.
I am being a bit tub thumping here, but I just feel that women have a voice and shouldn't lose it, or just never even pick it up. Just because you're 40, 50, 60, 70, even 30, whatever it is, don't let the fact that that's the number on your birthday card dictate how you show up.
And show up in your best self, whatever that is. And that's not anybody telling you that's what you have to be. I love it. Absolutely love it. In this mad world, we are working on something called, it's just potty, isn't it? What the heck's going on? In our Ender ICA, we're working on something secretly. Secretly. Not that secret really, but we're slowly working on something called Women of the 21st Century. And we want it to be a platform very similar to what we're doing here in relation to business, but it's actually telling a story about women, and it's like a social history project. So keep an eye open. It is going to be interview based, but what we're going to be doing there is going to be drawing out your wishes and your dreams for the future, and turning it into some sort of printable thing like a book or ebook maybe, and then revisit you next year.
Oh, like that. That sounds fab.
I think I just make me excited, because I am a pretty goal set person. I like a mission. I like a challenge, and I think with us as women, we get that staid word, oh God, a bit staid, a bit fed up, a bit lethargic, and go, actually, all right, we can do something different. And if we can create something for the future, like a legacy, saying, actually, I'm in this bloody book, and actually last year I said I was going to take over the world, whatever it is you actually dream to have by this time next year, or even the 5-year plan, 4 years, we can revisit that and go, well, how are you doing? And you go, actually, we've overtaken our dreams, missions and aspirations. So put it in your thought processes, darling. Next year, anybody listening, Women of the 21st Century is coming, and if you're interested in sharing it's actually leaving your legacy.
I think that's so important, because making a difference, that old cliche, make a dent in the universe, but it's important. And having, some people love goals, some people aren't so motivated, but if you don't know where you're going, how do you know when you've got there?
Absolutely.
That can be on any level of learning something or changing something or contributing something, and being an advocate and making a difference is so important in whatever way that shows up for you.
Absolutely. And actually, us as women running our own businesses and deciding that is the thing that floats our boat, and get that right for ourselves to fit in with the world the way we want to fit in with the world.
And also shaping, if you can shape the world in some way,
just a little bit of change,
just a teeny, just helping someone, just giving, being a not servant, you're serving other people.
I serve all the time. Serving. Love it. And when we've got our ideal clients, because we all work with people that we like to work with. You know, ICA work with women who are business owners, and usually someone's going to say, I'm not 40. Usually people are a very similar age to me, you know, maybe 10 years inside or so, but I don't usually attract people in their 20s because I don't think they want me to be their mum. And I actually don't want to be their mum because I've got my own kids, thank you very much. But you and your business are attracting people to you. So who do you attract?
Gosh, I think very similar to you is, you know, it's that whole midlife piece, because those are the people I know and those are the people that I connect with. And, you know, I think of myself as like one of those old-fashioned telephone operators, you know, where you plug them in like that. You know, I love to do that.
Well,
So
I wouldn't be good at it, but I'd love to have a go.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be absolutely pants at it, but there we are. But that the principle is great.
Yeah.
But I like to connect and share information with particularly women, because I find they're the gatekeepers to the family on that side. You know, some men, but it tends to be sort of women 40s, 50s, 60s. You know, I have people that I work with in their 30s and above. But I mean, for example, I work with one lady and she takes our product. Then her dog has, because the dog needed it for something, and then she's given it to a horse. And I'm like, your husband maybe next? And she's like, yeah, okay, yeah. We're going for the husband. And then she says, oh, and then my friend in Spain needed, you know. So it does tend to be women sort of in that 40s, 50s, 60s remit.
And maybe that's when we get to the stage of going, yeah, okay, I'm not going to be this crinoline person. We're going to be the best that we can.
It's also because, I don't know about you, you know, we're saying we're now 20s and 29. You know, I think I can do a 4 days work, go to the gym, then go out, you know, those heady days when we could actually go out, you know, and then rinse and repeat. And, you know, there is a point, you know, typically in your 30s when you're going, something's got to give, because I can't do all that on an ongoing business, you know, like I used to when I was in my 20s. So then you have to start compromising. And that's the point when people go, I don't want to compromise. I want to be able to make that choice. And that's the people then get their ears start pricking when you say, well, look, this is going to help you feel more like you again. And it's like, yeah, I fancy a bit of that. I'll have some of that. Thank you very much.
But it is all of it, isn't it? It's not just a product. It's your mindset. It's your time. It's your balance. It's all that whole thing. And I know you write an awesome blog about different types of, you know, looking after yourself to make the best. Enjoy.
Just enjoy it. You know, this, you know, it's a cliche, but you know, you have one life. You know,
and it's bloody short, isn't it?
And it's bloody short. And I don't want to get to the end and go, oh, if only I'd done that. Oh, if only I tried that. Why didn't I do that? And it's like, if you try it and you don't like it,
move on.
Next.
I suppose it is that cliche, isn't it? And I see myself in that rocking chair, you know, and I've got this rocking chair and a blankie. It's quite like a blankie now, so I'm guessing I'm going to like a blankie.
Yeah. Then. Oh yeah, I'm on there.
I'm like a, you know, and I've actually got a nice view. I'm looking over something that I really like looking at, you know, and I've got something quite nice in my hand rather than just a hot cup of tea. Or a cold cup of tea, because it's so cold I can't drink it, you know. So I've got something nice in my hand, and I am just, and this isn't a negative word, and this is the content word. Yeah, I've done it, I've been there, I've enjoyed it, I remember it, I've got all these things around me to prove to me that I've, you know, that I've definitely was there in 19 whatever, you know. And you go, actually, I am content, and I'm not saying I wish.
Yes. Absolutely.
You know, because God forbid, you know, just technical word, just bloody do it.
Oh, I know. It's like, you know, they say nobody on their, you know, the final sort of hours of life goes, I wish I'd spent more time in the office. You know, it just never would happen. You know, it's spend time with your family, balance it all out, you know. And of course, there are points in your life where there isn't much balance, you know, young kids, or you're looking after, you know, there are points when you can't physically have balance. But when you can start to shift things and create that toolbox of, okay, I am going to take time out of my day to go for a walk. I am going to do something for me every single day.
Yeah.
You'll be it's like, if the mask comes down on the plane, you put your mask on first and then you look after everyone else. So
because you're no good dead.
You're no good dead. It's just be the best you can be amongst everything else that's going on.
Totally. And we are, as we said, lucky. There is so much out there that we can trial, and if it doesn't work with ourselves, then look again, and then we look again to find something that works, whether it's a product or a service, or I don't know, my thing is I go and water the garden. That's my meditational time. Makes me feel happy. I'm in the polytunnel and I'm watering, going, actually, these are the veg that I'm going to eat, So, and that's my creative time as well. So we do cross over with things that we do, rather than rushing around from A to B to C to D. And then at the end of the day, absolutely knackered, and you've got absolutely nowhere to be done. So yeah, I totally. Oh, I love talking to you.
Thank you.
Such a same wavelength. I think we should come back. We'll just grab a coffee later. Is there anything that you would like to share with people extra, from what our conversation has gone? There's lovely people out there, ICA TV, that surprisingly people are watching us, and we were just having a chat. So I have to remember that people are watching us. ICA TV is there for us as women, us as business owners. Is there something that you'd like to share with them about where they can find you? Or
okay, yeah, no, thank you. Facebook is always a good place to start. Everything about my world is this greeny color, so you'll find me quite easily on that side. I do have a tips-based wellbeing community where I share anything that's simple, proven, effective, and ideally natural, and really welcome people. It's called It's All About Fabulous You.
Well, so send me the link, darling, and I'll put it in the
Lovely, thank you. Because I ask experts to come in and share their wisdom. There's a company blog I can liberate bits from, or being endlessly curious. I see something online or in a newspaper and I'm like, oh, I'll write about that. So it's just sharing to help empower people. I'm also on LinkedIn. It's Philipa Taylor, and I'm called a wellbeing biohacker. Because that whole biohacking, that's making the most of who we are, using tools, products, services, science, information, just to use what you've got to the best of what you can share outwards on that side.
Awesome. Well, do send me links. So as we finished our little chat and grabbed a coffee, I'll send me the links, and when I send this up, so ICA TV is launched a couple of weeks ago in relation to this format, and we have got interviews going out on a Saturday and a Sunday at 8:00. So please find us on YouTube, guys. If you're not watching us here on YouTube, it's a bit weird. We are going to go out on LinkedIn, and we're also going to go out onto ICA group, and I know Philippa's going to share out into her communities, because it's a really good thing to actually, as a business owner, to get some foundation people to know who you are. So that's really cool. I am going to say bye to Philippa, because I think we've done a lot today. We've put the worlds to rights. It's pretty cool. Changed a few steps. Hopefully people have learned a little bit about your business and about you, certainly as you as a person. And I think that's part of us now, business owners, to get out there and be real. So I did brush my hair, but, maybe a hair visit would be good. But be real, so people actually get to know us as people rather than just a business name.
Yeah.
So awesome. So I'm going to say goodbye to you, my sweet. Thank you very much.
No, thank you for having me on your program.
Oh, it's great, absolutely great. And anybody else out there in ICA TV land, please give us a shout if you want to join us on an interview. It's just a giggle.
Yeah, it's great.
Very relaxed. We're here to share about you and your businesses, and the only way to do that is to get in touch. So get in touch with me in any way. I'm out there. Teresa Lawrie-Ashton, ICA, I Can Achieve, groups, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, somewhere. I can't say Google without the little lady downstairs going, and asking me what I want to do. But anything out there, get in touch. And thank you again, my sweet.
Thank you.
Oh, it's been really, really fab. And we'll catch up really soon. So everybody,
that'd be lovely.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.